then organism, they won't be finding their own food. So they may die. So that's why each and every level, maybe it may look, it is not useful, but some or other way, no, that organism is useful for us. But no, so that's why you see here the lion, tiger, you feel they are carnivores, they're not good for us. Okay, we can kill. If you kill the lion and tiger, what will happen? The herbivores will increase. When the herbivores they increase, what they will do? They will come to the agricultural field and they will eat all the crops. The same way snake, they're killing the snake means snake is poisonous. Okay, we'll kill the snakes. If we kill the snakes, what will happen? The rat population will increase. The rat population increases, then the rats will come to the field and they will come to the storehouses and they will eat away all the food and all. So that's why whatever it is there in nature, we should not modify. That's why nowadays we are saving everything. Natural resources, it has to be saved. So once it is damaged, so when it is not available, then automatically, so on entire earth, the problem when you see regarding this COVID also, that is the thing only. So now you see man is not moving outside, automatically the pollution is reduced and the nature is replenishing, and the rainy season, that it rains nicely everywhere, you see it is flooding out. So what is happening? Because the nature, it is being modified by man. So we have to use the science and technology, but the science and technology, it should not affect the nature. In that way, we have to do. That's the thing here we want to tell you. So whatever the natural resources you have to use, but the wastage has to be avoided. You have to use what is needed, you have to use. So otherwise, you have to avoid the use of the natural resources. For example, for short distance, you can go for a walk. No need to go in other thing. Okay, so nowadays transport line, so you are going by walk only, what to do? Otherwise, you are using your own vehicle. So, but anyhow, the public transport system, mostly it has to be used. Okay, now it is not available, but anyhow, by using the public transport system, automatically it reduces the pollution, atmospheric pollution, because so the mainly that automobile, they are releasing lot of smokes and all. Then long-term planning for natural resources. For a future, you have to plan that. So it has to be available for the future. Accordingly, it has to be planned. Not you cannot plan that. The government, when they plan and they implement the policies, we have to use that policy. We have to implement the policy. Okay. So you should not neglect. Okay, we should not neglect that. We have to follow that. Then the exploitation of natural resources, it should be avoided. For example, cutting off trees and killing of animals. So we cannot hunt any animal. Nowadays, you cannot cut a tree also. For that also, you need permission from government. You can grow, but you cannot cut. Cut means just simple trimming of the tree, okay, you can do. But uprooting of the tree, you cannot do at all. So that's why by imposing law, like people know, they are being, it is being avoided to, so that exploitation of natural resources. The old time and all, they go inside forest and they hunt the animals and all. Now you cannot hunt any animal. Okay, cruelty to the animals also you cannot do. It is punishable by law. So when we are imposing law, we are following, but automatically we have to feel that, and it is nature. We have to conserve that, like that. It has to come from your heart. Then only we can save the environment. And the same way, so the natural resources, when you are extracting, so whatever the natural resources, when you use that, and we have to save disposal of the waste also to be done. Okay, sometime we are making man-made resources also, that polythene. You see everywhere the polythene and the plastic bottle, after using, you're throwing away here and there. It is not decomposable. Then automatically it is causing a lot of pollution of soil. Okay, so land pollution is being caused. So that's why, so that the safe disposal of the waste, it has to be managed. So then only the nature can be protected. So that's why the nature, when it is protected, then we can live nicely. Otherwise, so then the problem, what we are facing, the problem, the same way we can face in future also. Never we expected we will face this type of problems. So that's why the nature is controlling us. We were controlling nature. Now nature is not allowing us to do anything. Okay, so that's why it happened. That is also due to human activity only, nothing else. Okay, children. Next one, let us see one by one. So this first regarding forests. So the importance of forests. The forests, they are very important. They are helpful to preserve biodiversity I shown you a beautiful forest that you have seen, no, how that system, aquatic system and all, how is it working. So when you're watching that, when you have the green plants, you feel stress free also. So then the forest, they help to preserve biodiversity, and apart from that, the natural habitat that plants and animals they get. Okay, so for you it is not providing any habitat, but if you watch green plants, when you go inside that type of forest and all, no, so for adventure, then you will feel no happy. So by seeing flowers, by watching plants, by watching animals, by watching flowers, automatically you will feel happy. So it is the natural habitat for plants and animals. Maybe you are living in artificially in home. Here also you are growing plants and animals also, because it makes you to be happy. Next one, it provides no timber, wood, fuel, medicines, fodder, and all. And it maintains the ecological balance. What I told you, the food chain in nature, it has to be maintained. So forests help to maintain. Then it controls the climate and rainfall, prevents soil erosion because it holds the soil and prevents soil erosion, and it controls the floods also. And main thing, lot of oxygen you will get. So forest, because so the carbon dioxide is being used by the plants during photosynthesis, and they release oxygen during photosynthesis. So that's why, so what happens, you get more oxygen, you get fresh air when you go inside green forest and the green field and all. No, that's why you feel fresh when you go there, and the oxygen carbon dioxide balance is maintained. Okay, so here mainly people know we are associated with the forest directly or indirectly. Directly or indirectly, we won't live in forest, but anyhow sometimes we are indirectly or directly depend upon. Some people directly they depend because they the people know living near forest for livelihood, they depend upon mainly the forest, because forest product, the tribal people இருக்காங்க இல்லையா, so that type of people they depend upon that only forest. And industrialists, they get raw materials from the forest, and different type of medicine, and for furniture making we get wood, and paper making we get wood for all purpose. And the forest department, no, nowadays they own forest and they control the resources, because எல்லாரும் போய் எதை வேணாலும் forestல cut பண்ணலாம்னா we cannot cut like that, because the forest department, what do they do, it controls. Then nature and wildlife organizations also there. So what do? They want to conserve and preserve the forest, because you can move inside, but for that sometimes, so you have restricted area and இருக்கும், அந்த யார் வேணாலும் போக முடியாது ஃபாரஸ்ட்டுக்குள்ள, you have to get permission. So because restricted area animals they will be roaming here and there, the animals may be harm you, otherwise you may harm the animal. So that's why, so that they are putting some limit for that. So but because the animals also, they need some free space for their movement. If you are going inside, then they won't be getting the free, in case na unga veetlaye pathina yaravud person vanditaanga, the free movement will be affected. The same way animals no adhe mari da, are foreign people, any people, when they go inside, no, their natural that environment, it is being affected. So these are the important of forest.